to this computer. Okay, so kind of the 101 of what we're doing here is on the chart, there are peaks and there are valleys. Okay. And for break levels, which is class 1 of boot camp, we're basically marking peaks and valleys, tops and bottoms. They're the easiest to identify on the chart, and that's why they're taught first. So if we come to the real chart, here's a peak. Here's a valley. Here's a peak. So that's what we're marking, is we're marking peaks and valleys. Chat said something. Okay. Well, here's what it takes. So now let's talk about that for a second. I require, for there to be a peak, I need 2 white candles going up. Okay, so I need 2. For example, let's zoom in here for a second. Okay, you see these 2 white candles here? These 2 white candles are technically going up. That is a possible break level. Then I want 2 candles to completely go away. So we need 2 candles that have an up and then candles that go away. This is a 2 candle peak and a 2 candle clearance. Let's look at this one right here. So I have many blue candles coming on the way down. And then we go up. So here is the valley. I have at least 2 candles coming down and 2 candles that completely went away from the level. And when it comes back and touches it, there's an entry. Boom. So you need to, so in order for me to mark this here, I need 2 white candles going up. They do not have to be in the same order, which, by the way, when you get to the workshops, you're going to hear everyone's confusion about these levels. You think everyone on boot camp understands everything I'm saying? You are way wrong. Wait till you get to the workshops where I hand people the Zoom and they have to mark these levels in front of me. You will feel better about yourself because, trust me, it takes a while to get it all. So I want at least 2 candles going up that are white and then 2 candles that clear it. Here's a beautiful example. 2 white candles coming up. We form an obvious peak and we have 2 candles that cleared it down here. This would be candle number 1. This would be candle number 2. 2 candles that cleared the level so that when price comes back up to it, typically that's either a short. Oh, it never went back there. That's typically a short or a place you can take off contracts if you're long. So that's the first thing you're going to be marking, is these peaks and valleys called break levels. The other thing with it you will discover when you're in the training is actually it's a range from the base of the candle to the wick. That's called the break level range. So that's the first thing you're going to learn. There's no sense in me explaining anything else other than break level. What question do you have that you have any kind of confusion about? So I want it, and here's the one thing that does cause people some confusion. So, and it works best if I draw. Here is a peak. Well, in this case, this doesn't happen. But by the way, you will discover there can be peaks inside of peaks. So I can have a break level there. I can also have a break level here. There's not one there. But hypothetically, I want you to know that there are peaks and valleys inside of peaks and valleys sometimes. And we mark them. So let's mark some more break levels here, just so you can kind of see. So I'm going to draw it. Here's a peak, right? Break level is up here. I marked the body of the candle. Cotton, the guy who taught this, marks the wick. Are you hit? I don't care what he does. I kind of forgot what he does, but I mark the base, but I also am very cognizant of where the wick is, because for me, This is the break level range. And everything is ranges when you're learning this system. So the first range you're going to learn is this break level range from the body to the wick. All right, so that's a break. And then here's another break. I have at least 2 white candles. They do not need to be in consecutive order. Let me draw this peak for you. There's this peak. This is a very visual method of trading, and you will learn to see these peaks and valleys. I can promise you that. What does clear mean? Well, here's what clear means. So let's mark this break level because this is so easy on this one. There's the ladder point. Here's the break level range. So how many candles? This candle has cleared that level. It didn't go back up and touch it. It's cleared the area. So this is the range. This level is not retouching it. Same with this candle. Same with this candle. Same with this candle. They have cleared the area. What I don't want to see here, let's get rid of these. For a clear, clean, crisp break level, this is as beautiful as it gets. That is gorgeous right there. Let me find, for example, let's look at this example here. I marked the bodies. So this counts. We got 2 white candles coming up. We got an obvious structure here of a peak. Whoops. Okay. So when did we get 2 candle clearance? Well, this candle came back and touched it. This is the first candle that cleared the area. The entire candle is not touching that line. So in this case, this is the first candle that cleared the area. This is the second candle that cleared the area. Third candle that cleared the area. Fourth candle that cleared the area. And we had 5 complete candles. So this is a 5 candle clearance. 5 candles completely cleared the area, went back and touched it. And typically I find, it'll be interesting to see, 1 point past the ladder point is the perfect stop. Yep, look at that. It only went 2 ticks. So if your stop is 1 tick past this ladder point, that's why I do that. So one of the things, I'm going to show him a couple more things, guys. I'm going to go to new share. I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to go to, as you continue through your training, there's something in here really great. It's in the, in fact, let me bring up, let me bring up the boot camp site, because that's really where I'd rather you access it, although you can do both ways. So in both Discord and inside of here, I have what's called practice room. And as you develop, this is going to test a lot of your knowledge. And it's also going to reinforce things that I absolutely want to make sure you learn, such as this one right here. How many candle clearance do you have? So we drew this line. Don't worry about what this line is. How many candles cleared this area? Because I want to make sure you understand it. This candle cleared it, this candle cleared it, this candle cleared it, this candle cleared it, and this one hit it. So if you scroll down, it'll give you the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles cleared the area. Does that make more sense? Other thing I want to make sure you notice about boot camp. Something brand new I'm doing. Office hours. On Wednesdays at lunch, hopefully you can make it, no charge. I'll be available to answer any question you have. You just need to let me know you want me there. So every Wednesday at New York lunch, I will be here to do what I'm doing right now. You have questions, I can answer them. All right, let's go see where we're at. Was that helpful, my friend? Oh, look at all that. Let's go to cotton here, 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 here. I want to go to 1 minute. Look at that. It bounced off a tested break. You just never know. Tested doesn't mean anything other than it's tested. Don't take that trade. And now we're starting to ladder up. Very nice. You take this off. Let me take this off. Let's move IB low here. We're back in the range. We're back over the opening. Let's see where our little averages are. I knew they had to be right above our head. So there's going to be some headwinds there. Here's this break level that we're going to try to break. See if we can get some laddering up. But we've got some congestion right above our heads in the form of VWAPs and 144. So this is a tight little space to try to trade. But look at that. 30 minutes to Europe close. Yeah, Peter, give yourself some grace. One of the things I've asked the group, one of the things I've asked the group that if you'll go to the main page,
bigger picture
on the trading floor, is how long did it take people to get it? And it's anywhere between 1 and 4 weeks. One viewing of a video is not going to teach you, I promise you, because I cover way too much and there's too many nuances. But once you get it, you don't even need to put lines on your chart once you get it. You just see them. Believe it or not, one day you'll just see them. And that's other benefit of Zoom is as you learn to draw your lines. By the way, you joined at a perfect week because this should be a no trade week for most traders with FOMC. I mean, you literally can plow these videos, but anytime you want to come in here and watch this, the thing that is confusing about Zoom is I am switching back and forth through time frames pretty crazy, and I draw my lines instantly. I don't have to think. I think most members are still shocked how fast I can draw my lines, but you will get there and see these things. You'll just see them. So notice right here, I drew this break level. I drew this break level that you just went over. I had 2 candles to create the peak, and then 2 candles cleared the area. So I drew it, and look what happened on the first touch. Perfect short. I mean, right here in front of your eyes. I'm not even cherry picking. It's just showing what's going on here. We do have these averages here, which I know is going to create some congestion. I have no long here. Maybe if I wasn't chit-chatting, I would have taken it off the opening and this became a backside. I did not. Did anybody else in the room take it? Because I don't blame you.
That was a nice 1 minute backside.
Very nice. Yeah, 1 minute backside. Thank you for talking, Toby. So Peter.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Peter. There's a guy in this room. His name is Toby. He's actually my very first member ever. It took me 3 months to convince him to start watching those cotton videos.
You still haven't learned it all.
But Toby has volunteered to kind of be not a mentor, but someone that if you had questions, and as long as you didn't, I'll be honest, I'm just going to just flat out say it. As long as you don't abuse his time, he's actually a medical doctor. And he trades while he's not doing his medical doctor stuff. Or if you wanted someone to ask some questions to, feel free to tag Toby in a post. By the way, legacy members, if you don't have membership to the boot camp area, you totally should have access to that. So I want to make sure that you get access to the boot camp for legacy guys. So Toby, Tobe, Dr. Probst. Did I pronounce your last name right?
I usually go with props, like
Props.
Jet props.
Okay.
I actually named my son Jet.
No, you didn't.
I did.
That's funny though. You know, one of the things I'm wanting to kind of maybe do for the new boot camp structure is for you guys who have really learned how to mark your breaks and holds. If you wanted to be a mentor to someone new, a loose mentor, you're not responsible for their training. You're not responsible for their trading. You're not responsible for whether or not they actually learn it. But if you'd like to be a person who helped new people in a way, I think that might be kind of cool. Have a big brother, big sister kind of deal. So hold on, let me message this to you, Toby.
I thought you said something counter to that a while back, though, George.
Yeah, well, if
What's the nuance there?
here's going to be my caveat. If you just join and you absorb all the training and you never help out, I'm kicking you out. I mean, it's fine with me. But if you want to help out as a way to give back, because it's, you know, I've never asked for anything from you. This would be a way to, you know, although you travel around the world and I've never received a gift or anything, but you know, that's different. You know, no big deal, you know. 2 years of my life to you, know, that's fine.
But someone, I don't know, was in Discord somewhere, you discouraged them from reaching out to others for help or something.
Well, you just said you would help the guy.
I know, but
Well, only in the boot camp
whenever you
area.
got, you would get kicked out if you try to do it. I don't know. I didn't quite understand it, so I stopped reaching out to people.
Well, here's why, is because there are people who will completely abuse you.
Okay.
They, I'm sorry to tell you, there are people who will not leave you alone once you open the door. And I, you know, I just don't want you guys to like, holy cow, I'm trying to trade and I'm a doctor and I got 25 PMs in my thing. Hey, would you look at my chart?
Oh, okay.
And you're going to go, no. You know, so I'd almost want to do it as a formal thing and like just hook people up like, hey, for 2 weeks, you know, he'll be available to answer your questions. And you only had one person. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And for a couple of weeks, hey, they'll answer your questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I haven't put full thought to it, but since you volunteered and Peter seemed like he needed a little guidance, because it is like you know how it is, jumping in the deep end of the pool.
Oh yeah, sure.
But this stuff works. It's so easy to teach because it works. With Pappy, I'll tell you, I expect within the next few months, several of you guys can become mentor. I don't know how many people are actually ready to be a mentor. I'll be honest. I wouldn't know who to recommend other than I just don't know. So somehow there's got to be a little, but here's the truth. Post in the group and, you know, as people become more knowledgeable, like the Ryans, and they were some of the first members that came in on November, you know, and Vasily, they love helping answer those questions because it sharpens their knowledge as well. Every scenario makes us better. And that's why I love if someone puts a critique my trade, because it just sharpens my skills. And it's doing exactly what we said it was going to do. It's got all of this garbage right here. It's got to try to get over. Who knows if it will get over it? So I'm not longing until we get over it. So I have no trades here. This is a real muddy front side. Will it bounce? If it does, it's got room to go. All right, so I went long off that front side because there's room to get up there, but got my stop at 1 tick. And if I get out, I get out. I don't care. You know, Peter Joseph, one of the things that's a big philosophy in our group, break even trades are winners. And there's an example of a front side, Peter, that you will learn in boot camp too. I don't know what I want to do there. I want to follow that at 50%. Do I want to give it as much room as possible, knowing it did bounce there? And I'm only long 1 MES. I don't even think I can buy a burger at Chili's yet. Okay. All right, Peter. Hey, man, welcome to the group. And as you can tell, we'll do anything to help you, my friend. This is a very helpful, cooperative group with people who cheer for each other and want each other to get this. So see you later. And if it comes back and gets me, oh well. I was wanting to stay in it up there to at least the VWAP and then maybe pull it in. So there we go. Joseph, man, you joined watching the best first day. And like I said, today is probably going to be a great day. Tomorrow's going to be stupid boring. All right, I'm going to lock in 2 points. I'm just excited about 2 points on an MES as I am with multiple ESs. Just as excited. In fact, I can see more clearly because I'm trading small. So now what I want to do, actually, can I make this bigger? I can. Let's just slide this over here. Now I've got this front side as a protection layer. So I want to be behind 55.75 and I am. So, okay. So now what I've done, Joseph, is hold on, let me put a couple things on here. I went long here. And now my stop is behind. Come on. My stop is behind this bounce level. It's called a front side. When the price comes back down to it, I expect it to bounce again. So my stop is behind a protection layer, and that helps me stay in trades longer. It's going to bounce off that VWAP. If I want to, I could go up there and capture my 7 points. Because most likely it's going to bounce off of that. But I want to give it some extra playroom here. And because you never know, this could become a 100-point day, a 100-point move. I'm going to give it the chance. I'm small. I've locked in 2 points. I'm okay with that. Here's now a backside. I now have an extra layer of protection. Although, man, it's hard to not want to capture that 10-pointer right there. Those Ryan boys, I'm already behind.
Yeah, you need to up your game to catch up to Ryan.
I know. I gotta be the first 50-pointer. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for 50 on this one. Can I make 50 points on it? Ryan's laughing. But there's 10. Look at that. Now here's this break level, but we're above the VWAP, which is really great. I'm going to stay behind these 2 protection layers. And it'd be nice if I stayed in it all day. Man. Just when I go small. 10 points. You know, laddering up, and I went small. Why? Because it was a second ladder up deep in the range, in my opinion. It pulled way back. We got no backside development. We knew we had these averages as a tough area. It took fair value gaps to get over them. So when it pulled back to the front side, I did take it, but to me, I was like, all right, I'm going to go small. And now I'm going to add at 59.50 if it gets there. Yeah, 59.50 I'll add, and then I'll put an appropriate stop loss for both of them wherever they average out. Come on. You're killing me. It's okay. I'm actually would be very happy if it left that fair value gap. What does that indicate? Strength of move. I need to put that in my course here. Price action analyst.
Bigger picture.
All right, so let's see if what happens here. Come on, get me in. You're kidding me. You got within a tick. I don't think I'm interested in adding risk now. It already had its bounce. It missed me by a tick. Dang it. Man, that could have been a good long, a good add-on. And that's one of the things we're trying to do too, Yusuf, is when do we add on to our trade? Man, missed me adding by a tick. Maybe I should have been a little more aggressive. Whatever. So now if I want to stay behind two protection layers, my stop could technically go to here. I want it to be just under that Friday low. I think I'll move my stop to 57 now. Right there. And here's a good thing. If this thing goes up, this is now a break level. And the strongest place to have your stop is behind a break level. Man, if it could have added, I'm really not happy that it didn't get my ad. Okay, we got a little backside action developing. We got a little front side action developing. I want to be 1 point behind this ladder point below me here. I might as well stay behind that though. That's fine. I might as well stay there. I can't tell you how bad I want to lock in 10 points though. All right, those did not have candle clearance. They could have been levels, but any one shock it bounced off the break level? Of course not. You got to give it room to bounce off the levels. Got to give it room to bounce off the levels. Let's see what it does here. I'm going to add at 61. I'm going to add at 61 and then I'll adjust my stops and stuff. And this could wind up being a break-even trade. And it's like, I almost don't care because I'm trying to go for something a little bigger. It went all the way to the bottom of the range and pushed it. And now we're laddering back up with some fair value gaps. I want to try to take advantage of this by being in the trade longer. And now I'm going to remove that long. Let's see if it pushes through this. Let me go to 3 minute. I want to see what everything's looking like on a 3 minute. All right. On a 3 minute, the ideal stop is at 58.75. Thought I'd lock in 6 points. So I'm going to go 1 point behind this ladder point here. That puts me behind the VWAP and the 144, a very comfortable place to have your stop. Very nice. Come on, push through it. This is why trading one contract is so hard, because I should have multiple contracts under ideal scenario, and go ahead and take one off at 10 points here. Boom, take one off. Awesome. You got paid.
Europe in a 10.
You got paid for the trade. Haven't heard from you, Mr. Thomas. Are you okay? Any trades? Come on, get up there. It's all right. Locking in 6 points ain't bad. All right. Pivotal area here. It might bounce off that darn backside, which would be a 58.50 entry. I'm gonna pull this thing back. 58.50 as an add. So let's look at that again. 58.50. It's got to hit the line exactly. Where's the stop now? 57.50. So I'll do a little ad right there. It's got to be a touch and go though. Let's see what happens. And if it gets me out of all of them, I still captured 5 points on the trade. Wouldn't be shocked to see a big vomit. So we'll see. Because it's back under the VWAP. So I'm out. Cool. Cool. Tried to add there. No big deal. But if it doesn't bounce off the backside, do I want to be in the trade? That's my thinking. If it doesn't bounce off the backside, do I really want to give it more room? No, I do not. So that's why I had an ad and my stop was literally 1 point for it. The answer is no. It should have stayed over the VWAP and I gave it one chance to bounce off the backside. It did not, so I'm out. I could care less if right now it bounces up and goes 100 points, seriously, because it might bounce off this front side. But I wasn't willing to go any further. To me, that it should have bounced there at 58. So we'll see what happens. This break level should have held it, to be honest. And if I'd have taken that front side, I'd be out right there. Dang, no 10-pointer. Well, this is getting interesting because break levels here. So you're going to bounce off that. And it's the opening. And the ladder point is here, which is 52. All right, I went long off the break. This time with more contracts. I'm gonna put it at a tick. Oh well, got me out. You know, I want my trades to touch and go.
Europe in 3.
And Europe in 3. Man, I should not have entered that trade 10 minutes before Europe. I simply lost track of where I was. I know it just said Europe in 10, but I forgot. You got to be careful in that 10 minutes with Europe. Luckily, it didn't hurt me. What's it going to do off this ladder point? Man, back under the opening. Very interesting. Almost filled the gap. Back to the opening. $52. And now it does the move. Well, dang it. It is what it is. Let's look at this on a smaller time frame. Mhm, mhm. Get up there.
Bigger picture.
Man. I was long at 58.50. And this wiggling here got me out at a tick. Because you know when it's going to push over that VWAP, it's going to be a strong candle. So when it cleared this break level, and I marked it as a backside, I went long right there at 50. And then that happened for 6 minutes. And then I pushed through. Oh, well. So cotton entry, of course, you had no clearance. Oh, hey, baby, I was just checking on you. Price seems to be getting squirrely.
Hey, George, did you have your mic on?
Oh, dang, I was marking end of the day chart. So market opened here at the orange. It shot up. It left this single level here. You had 2 candle clearance. You could have went long there, 7 points of heat, which you should know where to put your stop, 1 point past the ladder point, in my opinion. If 7 points of heat is too much, you leveraged too much. You should be able to take that heat if you know that's where the perfect exit is. Here you had candle development. You took 3 points of heat and then probably a break-even trade. Here could have been a backside if you wanted and touched and bounced, or get out of a long if you were in a long. And I think that's about it. Well, nice break level short here. I know, because I was in a long. And it took it all the way back against me. Another break level trade here. Technically you could have had a break level trade here. I think that's everything I see. So those were the trades as they presented themselves on a 3-minute chart, in my opinion. Anybody have anything to say about those? Of course, there's 8-point candles. There's this, there's that. It's the week of FOMC. If you're here on the trading the week of FOMC, 8-point candles is your home base. I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's our markings there. I'm very curious. I'm gonna go to 1 minute here. Because actually I tried to be in this short, this long right here. I like those second break level trades because it's really hard for it to break 2 break levels, but it already had its monster bounce. So there's no way I would take it again. But I just didn't get into it. And now, of course, we're entering New York lunch. All kind of squirrely things happens. I don't know if I'll be back this afternoon. My wife is home and my kids are home. But that, you know, we'll see. But as of the morning, I am done. Ooh, look at that. What's it gonna do? You know, and overnight, it hit, like I said, it hit that daily, laddered up, came all the way back in, and look how strong that was. I was in that long, but just it didn't keep going. Man, look at that. Here's this break. And the ladder point. It's going nowhere fast. Well, I'm not going anywhere today, so I might leave Zoom up and come check back from time to time here and see what new levels there are, because we're not going anywhere. We're pretty locked in. So if you want to be done with the Zoom, you can dismiss yourself. If you're interested in having it on, we'll see what the day might present us, because there's no big news events today. I was expecting to trade really well today. Tomorrow, not so much, and Wednesday, not so much. So I was kind of hoping for a nice Monday and was able to get that this morning. So we'll see. Look at that. Bodies of those candles off the ladder point. They're trying to keep it up, but they're trying. All right, I'm going to go off mic, guys. I'll be off and on as I can. Got to have some lunch and whatnot. So thank you for trading. And if you have any questions, let me know.